The mirror on the landing. The house was perfect except for the colossal antique mirror bolted to the wall on the second-floor landing. It was framed in tarnished silver, towering over 6 feet tall, and its glass was clouded with age, giving everything reflected in it a bruised, murky appearance. Ben and Chloe hated it, but the landlord insisted it was a historic fixture that could not be moved. Ben, a meticulous person, decided to clean the mirror despite his dislike for it. As he wiped away decades of grime, the reflection began to clear, revealing a darker, more unsettling depth to the glass. He could almost make out faint swirling patterns within its surface, like trapped smoke. He dismissed it as an illusion caused by the old silvering. That night, Chloe woke to a faint scratching sound. She thought it was the tree branch outside, but the scratching came from inside the house, from the landing. Cautiously, she peered out their bedroom door. The moonlight streamed through the landing window, casting an eerie glow. In the mirror, she saw a fleeting shadow, not her own, dart across the reflection. It was gone as quickly as it appeared. The incidents escalated. One morning, Ben walked past the mirror and saw his own reflection, but his smile was twisted, his eyes hollow. Before he could process the horror, the reflection snapped back to his normal, confused face. He rubbed his eyes, convinced he was sleep-deprived. However, Chloe started noticing things in her own reflection. When she walked past quickly, she saw a second figure standing just behind her in the glass. A tall, gaunt woman with dark, heavy Victorian clothes and hair pulled back severely. The woman was always silent, always still, but her eyes, when Chloe could catch them, were pools of bottomless sorrow and malice. One evening, they were hosting dinner for friends. As a friend, Liam, walked up the stairs, he paused abruptly at the landing. His face went white. Did the electricity flicker? He asked, trying to sound casual. No, why? Ben replied. For a second, I thought I saw a different room in that mirror. Like a bedroom, but dusty and completely empty. Ben and Chloe exchanged a look of cold terror. It wasn't just them anymore. They started researching the house's history. They discovered the mirror was the last remaining piece of furniture from the original owner, Mrs. Eleanor Vance, who had mysteriously locked herself in her upstairs bedroom in 1898 and slowly starved to death. She was rumored to have been heartbroken after the death of her only child and spent her final months staring into that very mirror, talking to the reflection she believed was her daughter. Armed with this terrifying knowledge, Ben finally decided the mirror had to go, historic fixture or not. He found a massive wrench and began to slowly loosen the bolts anchoring the frame to the wall. As the last bolt turned, a deep, resonating thump came from within the mirror's frame. The glass darkened instantly, becoming opaque. Ben paused, breathing heavily. Then the glass cleared. It wasn't their landing that was reflected. It was a dusty, darkened Victorian bedroom. And standing right in the center, not in the reflection but inside the room, was the gaunt woman Chloe had seen, Mrs. Eleanor Vance. This time, she wasn't still. She was reaching out, her bony finger pressed against the glass. But what truly broke Ben was the reflection of his own arm. In the glass, his reflection's hand was not holding the wrench. It was wrapped around Chloe's neck, squeezing. He dropped the wrench and scrambled away, shouting Chloe's name. When Chloe ran to him, the reflection snapped back to normal. Just the bruised, murky image of their landing and their two terrified faces. They moved out that same night, leaving the wrench on the floor and the towering, inescapable mirror on the landing. They knew the mirror didn't just show reflections. It was a window, and the sorrowful, trapped spirit of Mrs. Vance was using it to try and reach for something, or someone, to keep her company